Hello friends, today we are going to see how to load candidates in SCM Cloud. So for that we are going to open sample candidate.dat template provided by the Oracle. This is the sample template provided by the Oracle. It has candidate record or candidate metadata, then candidate interaction. So what is the interaction happened between the candidate and that organization, that will be tracked using this candidate interaction. Then next is the candidate preference. So here what is the preference for that candidate, we are going to use this metadata. Then candidate preferred job family, location, then preferred organization, then candidate national identifier metadata is there, then candidate profile similar to the talent profile, then candidate address, candidate mail, name of that candidate, phone number of that candidate, then if any attachment is there like CV and all, and the candidate extra info. So these are all the metadata provided by the Oracle. So these are some required or mandatory, or we can say required to load the data for the candidate, which is the candidate address, phone name, and the profile, which is related to the nothing but like talent profile of the employer. So first we'll start with the candidate metadata. Right. So first we'll start with the candidate metadata, which is the merge. Then after the merge, we'll give the object name, which is the candidate. Then candidate number, you can provide any candidate number as per your requirement or as per the business requirement. So here I am giving the candidate number as city123. Then next is the candidate preferred language code. So candidate preferred language code, you can mention over here in which language he will be speaking. So here I am selecting the US language code for this particular candidate. Then you can enter the start date. So when you are going to start this candidature with the organization, so you can provide the start date over here. So here I am providing 20th of March 2019 as a start date for this candidate, right? Then you can mention confirm flag over here as Y. Then country of the birth, if you know the country of the birth of that particular candidate, then you can mention over here, as you can keep it as blank. Then mention the date of birth of that particular candidate. So if you have the date of birth, then you can mention the date of birth, else you can keep that date of birth field as blank for this candidature, right? So here I am providing the date of birth of this candidate. Then if you have the region of the birth, then you can mention or else keep it blank, right? Then mention the source, as this we are providing this candidate as a direct source, so we'll mention the source as direct source, or you can mention any source like LinkedIn or any Naukri, whatever you want, right? Then if you have the source medium, then you can mention the source medium. Then you can mention the town of the birth of that particular candidate if you have, then you can mention, else keep it blank. Then visible to candidate flag should be the Y, so that it will get visible at the front end using UI. So in this way we have prepared our candidate metadata. Now we will prepare the candidate address metadata. For that, first we'll use the merge metadata, then object name, which is the candidate address, then mention the candidate number, then effective start date for this particular address, so you can share the effective start date. Then address line 1, you can give the address line 1. Then after that you can mention the address type. So address type will be the home address. Then mention the address line 2. If you have the address line 2, you can mention it here. Then country of the candidate, then postal code for the address. So enter the postal code over here. Then mention the region 2 If you have the region 2 details, then you can mention the region 2 details, else you can keep it blank, right? Then mention the region 1 details, you can mention the region 1, else you can keep it blank. Once you have mentioned the region 1, then mention the town or city. If you have the town or city details, you can mention it over here. And next is the effective end date. If you have the effective end date, then enter the effective end date, else keep it blank, so that it will take 4712 as end of the Oracle time date. So in this way we have prepared the candidate address metadata, right? Then we will load or prepare the candidate phone, right? First is merge, then object name is the candidate phone, then enter the candidate number, which will be treated as a user key for this particular metadata. Then date from which date you want to enter this phone number. Then phone type, either it's a phone primary phone number, secondary phone number. So H1 means the primary phone number over here, primary phone number for home. Then phone number, you can mention the phone number. Once you have mentioned the phone number, then enter the country code number. So country code number you can mention, as we are loading the candidate for US, and for US country code is 1. Then mention the area code. Then mention the date 2 if you have the date 2, or else keep it as blank, or you can give 4712 as in date 2. Then if you have the extension, then you can mention the extension details, else keep it blank. Then after that, legislation code. So as we are loading it for US, so legislation code will be the US. Then speed dial number. If you have the details for the speed dial number, you can mention those details over here. If you have the validity details, mention the validity details, right? In this way we have completed our candidate phone metadata. Now we will prepare candidate name metadata. So first is the merge, then object name, which is the candidate name, then effective start date. So effective start date will be our 20th March 2019. Then effective end date, if you have the effective end date for this candidate name, then mention, else keep it blank. Then give the candidate number, which will treat as a user key. Then name type, either it's a global or local. Then legislation code. So we are loading this candidate for US. So legislation code will be the US. Then first name and last name. So enter the first name. So I am entering the first name. Then enter the last name. So we are entering the last name as test. In this way we have prepared our candidate name metadata. So last is candidate talent profile. So candidate talent profile is similar to the talent profile as we have seen already in our earlier videos. Similar way you have to prepare this candidate profile for this particular candidate. So here we are giving the object name after the merge, then candidate number, which will be user key, then content type. So we are loading the degree. So mention content type as degree. Then for degree content type, content item will be the, what will be the content item? You can mention that content item, which is the BA, Bachelor of Art. So this will be the content item. So we are entering the content item for the degree, which will be the mandatory for the profile. Then section context, as we have seen how to derive the section context, then content item, how to find out the content item, content type in our earlier video. Similarly, you can find the details for this candidate and load those details over here. So section type for degree, as we are loading these per person details, so section context will be the person degree. So mention the date from which date you want to start these details, profile details. So you can mention those details. Then atom date. Here you can mention this start date of this degree over here in atom date 7. So if you have details for the atom name, which is nothing but the name of that particular university or either school or any establishment, those details you can enter over here or else keep it blank, right? Then after that, country geography code. So country geographical code is US. So we are entering these details for the US candidate. So it will be the US. Then country code, you can mention country code as US. Then profile item ID, you can mention any profile item ID over here. Similarly, similar way we have already seen these profile details, how to load this profile and find out which column having the which data already in our earlier video. Similar way we can define it over here. So in this way we have developed our ESDL. So we are going to save this candidate.dat file and make the zip file. So we are making the zip file, candidate.zip file. Now we are going to load this particular zip file in the Fusion instance. So we'll click on the import to import that particular zip file. So in our candidate.dat file, we have entered only one candidate. You can load multiple candidate using these ESDLs, and even you can create any historical record for names or any degree related. You can load those historical records, like so depending on these SSC or HSC or degree related data, all these are the historical for the candidate profile. You can mention those details in the ESDLs. So if you see, these details has been loaded successfully into the system. So now using the Fusion UI, we are going to verify that particular candidate has been successfully loaded and we are able to see those details in the front end or not. So for that, we will take the candidate number is city123 from our ESDL and navigate to the My Client group. So go to the home page, navigate to the My Client group, click on the hiring. So it will give you the zone. Then click on the candidate search. Here you can search your candidate number. So you have entered the candidate number. After that, click on the search. So we are trying to search our city123, which will be loaded by our ESDL, but Fusion UI is not able to find this particular candidate which we have loaded using the ESDLs, right? So for that, it is saying that it is loaded successfully, but still we are not able to search this candidate. So for this, we have to run one scheduled process so that we can able to see those loaded candidates. So to run that or submit that scheduled process, go to the tools, then click on the scheduled process. So we have to run one scheduled process for that. So click on the scheduled new process to get that particular candidate visible in search. So name of that particular program is load and index candidates. So type the load and index candidates. Yeah, this particular program you have to schedule. submit. So you have to submit this scheduled process so that we can able to see that loaded candidate in search UI, right? So once this scheduled process is completed or succeeded, then we can again see that particular candidate is appearing in search or not using the Fusion UI. So click on the refresh. Here you can see this particular scheduled process is completed. So now we will again go back to our candidate search UI. So click on the My Client Group, then click on the hiring, then click on the candidate search. Here you can see one candidate is searched by this UI. So you can see these details after the running that scheduled process program. Right, we have loaded that city 123. Here you can see the degree details for this particular candidate and start date. Right, you can see the address of that particular candidate. So likewise you can load the one or multiple candidates using the candidate.dat HDL. Right, so thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned.